welcome. You will just see my hands. I asked you over in the Facebook group what kind of setup you thought would be that you prefer to watch when we're having live streams, especially crochet related live streams. And most of you, the ones that voted, said from above. So we are going from above. Usually I think it's a little bit more cozy to have it from in front because you can see more of the background and also a little bit of me because I feel very anonymous right now. It's just my hand. But I'm here, just so you know. Let me know where you're tuning in from. How are you doing? How has your day been so far? Yeah, and we're gonna go on and assemble / crochet. I also want to know what your mission is during this hour. Is it to finish something, or is it to assemble something? Is it to wave in your ends, or is it to just have an hour for yourself where you breathe and take a chill? I'm very sorry for the lighting. I'm still getting used to my new studio setup. So if you've been following for a while, you know that we recently have moved, and because of that, my studio also has changed because I don't currently have a studio because my studio is in our living room. So the lighting is also a little bit bad, and I'm trying just to go with it because yeah, I don't really have an option on where to put my table, my desk. So for now, we are gonna be here, but I'm a little bit afraid that I need to move it closer to the window during winter. Or go back to using my studio lights again, because this light is awful. So I'm sorry for that. But the main thing is that you can see what I'm doing. And yeah, we're gonna have a cozy time together. Hi Dorian, so happy that you are here. I've seen all your parts getting ready. Can't wait to see your dragon finished. Elin, my plan is to try and finish the body of this amazing dragon. That makes me so happy. Yes, that's a great idea. If you have still parts that isn't crocheted, go ahead and finish them up, because I am well aware that this amigurumi was pretty big for the time limit we had. So I totally understand if you haven't been able to finish your dragon yet, but you have a lot of fun still left. I frogged half of my dragon because if you've been on these assembling party previously, you know that I usually assemble my amigurumi just to get those assembling pictures for you, and then I deassemble and it's horrible. And usually I do half of the things, so if there are 2 eyes, I do only the one, because I tend to talk a lot. And when I talk a lot, my assembling is pretty slow. So yeah, we are gonna go and assemble some parts, or half of the parts. I was supposed also to frog the nostrils, but I couldn't for my life do it. I have assembled them so hard, and I have fastened off the ends, so it's like horrible to pick up. So yeah, we are gonna do the eyes, the horn, and the ear, and the back spikes. I think I call them spikes. I don't know if that is the right word for them, but yeah, I call them spikes. Because I thought that they might be a little bit tricky to get in place, so you might want to get a little bit help to see how I am doing it. So if you have any questions during this live stream regarding the design process or pattern or just crocheting in general, let me know in the comments, and I will keep one eye on the comments and one eye on the chat. No, sorry. that would mean I wouldn't get anything done. One eye on the chat and the other on my crochet. Hi Alison! Always fun when there are also USA people tuning in, even though I know it's a bit crazy time for you. This might be better though. Let me know what time it is. Is it like in the middle of the night or is it during the day? Hi Tess! I'm not assembling but working on part 4 during this chat. That's perfect. Hi Anne from Sweden. The goal was to assemble the dragon, but this day has been interesting and tiresome, so I might end up just watching today. That is totally okay. Diana, hello everyone. Alison, working on the body still. No worries. I know the body is a piece. It is big, and there is a lot of stitches because you work the tail at the same time. But the good thing with working the tail at the same time is that you don't have a tail that you need to sew onto the body, so we have one less piece to sew, which is always very nice. Lynn, hello from Sweden. I am finishing the spice. That's perfect. Diana, I crocheted all parts, but now I have to cook. That is okay. We can be your dinner company for the evening. Alison, it is 1 in the afternoon. Okay, not that bad. So just got off work and can sit crochet with you. Well, that's perfect. Hi Reka, so fun that you are here. Okay, let's let's start assembling. I'm trying to get the eye at the same place that I had it previously. I have the assembling instruction and the how many rows it should be, but I'm just gonna count to get it in the same place. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Around, if I remember correctly, it was underneath row 9 in the instructions, and that is where I kind of like to do it. The main thing is that the horn needs a lot of space on the head, so don't put your eyes too far up. I did that mistake at the beginning because then you don't have enough space between the eye and the ear. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that is good. Time to get it. And then you can use as many pins as you like, but when it comes to eyes, I feel like it's best to just squeeze it into place while sewing it on. Oh, this lighting is horrible. But we will now just live with it for now. Reka is also working on the body. That is great. And be sure that you have downloaded the latest version of the pattern. Then you will have the right stitch count on row 35, if I remember correctly. There was some stitches missing, but it is fixed. When sewing on the eye, I like to sew up and down. This way it seems like the crocheted piece is like a patch more than, yeah, it's like a patch. You can't really tell that it's sewn on, or I mean, it could also be glued on, but yeah, I like the look of the edge being visible with the stitches. Hey, we have a mission tonight. We need to figure out the name for our dragon. Because, as you saw, as at least Anne pointed out and saw that there were some question marks on the front page of the pattern, and that is because this fellow doesn't have any name yet. So I thought you might be able to help me come up with some suggestions, and maybe we can do a poll in our Happy Amigurumi Club. Allison, I got through majority of body yesterday, but then my decreases were off, so I decided to start back at row 7. Whew. I'm sending you all my strength. You also know that you can cheat a little bit if you can't see that it's wrong. I'm happily encouraging everyone who makes my patterns that if they did something wrong and another person wouldn't see the wrong thing, just leave it. Diana, do you like to have a name with D? Yeah, can be, but I'm also open for other suggestions, depending on the name, of course. I feel like it's a girl, so girly names. Alison, haha, I was trying to cheat, but that confused me even more. Yeah, well, if it makes it even more confusing and more, then it might be a good idea to just frog it and do it once more and keep really good track of the stitch count at the end. Dorian, do the dragon. Yes. I need to make a list with your suggestions so I remember them for the poll. Jade or Emerald, the dragon, because of the green color. That's also a really good idea. Yeah, that also feels like a dragon's name. Diana, I like Emerald, but it's more a boy's name, isn't it? Emerald. Maybe a little Emerald. But I mean, we can be open. We can choose the gender of our of our toy. Dorian. Oh, I like Emerald too. Yeah, Emerald is a good one. Now I am counting each decrease row and keeping better track of rows. Good idea. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it will all work out well for you. Okay, the first eye is, or the second eye in my case, is done. I'm gonna go ahead and wave in the yarn ends. As you can see, I have cheated and haven't really yet waved in all of the yarn ends. The funny thing is that Ted the tiger still looks like this. You still have his threads undone, but you can't tell on the pictures because I hide it so well. Tess, I think emerald could be male or female. Also, I love it. I think so too. I think it's pretty like gender neutral. On Dawn and Daisy. Do is so cute. Yeah, emerald might be a male name. Not sure. I think it might work for all genders. Yeah, and I mean, who said? I'm sorry, it was me who said it looked a little bit girly, but I mean, who said it can't be a boy as well? That was very inconsiderate of me. Okay, the eye. Let's. So hard to show him like this or her because the tail is in the way, so I need to like flatten him. I will do the horn next because yes, I think it was easiest to do that and then the ear. But for the horn we need a little bit of stuffing. Oh, I want to know, you ordered the yarn kit. What did you think about the yarn? For me, I was very surprised because I have worked with a lot of cotton. And I don't think I have crocheted with a merino wool prior, and it was so soft and it was just so fast to work with. It was sliding so well on the hook. So I'm very curious to try a little bit other. This yarn is definitely not the cheapest yarn, so maybe just for special occasions like this one. But yeah, I really liked it. I also felt like it wasn't that stretchy that some wool yarn can be when you crochet with it. I don't know. What's your experience working with wool and cotton? Now it feels like these are... It feels like they are not in the same, like... Do they look even? Oh, I know. At some point you just need to bite the bullet and assemble them. But it's so hard when you just want them to be... Never look at your amigurumi from the back, because if you try to get them even from the back and front, you will never get it right. So I usually suggest to only view your amigurumis from the best angle, and try to see that the front, for example, is looking good. I feel if I put this further down, it will... Yeah, well, maybe like this. Okay, now let's just go. Let's just go. Anne! Yeah, I knew you had a yarn kit. I love the yarn. I've crocheted amigurumi with wool yarn before. Almost the same experience as with this yarn. This yarn was, of course, softer, being merino. But so soft, and my hands were loving it. Cotton can be quite hard to work with for your hands. Yeah, it can really be hard on your hands if you use it a lot. For example, this cotton is pretty hard. It is also a little bit thicker than Alaba, for example. So I was pretty happy that the main body was in the merino and just the small parts in the tougher Järbo yarn. Polar, hi everyone! Just pop up to say hi. Sorry I can't be here today with you all. Gonna pick up the call challenge later. Veronica, you're so talented and the dragon looks great. Thank you so much, Polar. There will be a replay of this assembling party. Both up in the group, and I will also send the link to you as an email so that you can watch it later if you don't have time to watch it right now, so no worries. I see nothing. I'm just winging it and trying to find the stitches. We have friends staying over very spontaneously. I think I might have scared them away with this live stream though. They went for a walk. I did though tell them prior that I'm gonna have a live stream and that I will probably talk very loudly in English for an hour, so they were prepared. But yeah, I guess if you are not really used to people having live streams and talking by themselves, it might be a very new experience. Diana, I love the yarn and the color is awesome. I really like it too. And the funny thing was that I, together with Anna from the Dandelion Yarns, we designed this collar together. Or I had an idea of a green yarn with pink speckles for a I had a subscription crochet box several years ago, and I made a pattern for a cowl. So this neck tube that you wear when it's cold, and I don't know, it didn't really look that great as a wearable piece, but it looks amazing as a amigurumi. It works so good. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out, and that I got to finally shrink the stock of this yarn, because I've had it in stock for so many years now, and I'm so happy to get it out in the world and have people using it, because it's just gathering dust in my cupboards. I think I still have actually 7 skeins left, so if there are someone out there really curious about trying out this yarn, there is still skeins in the shop, so you can pick one up if you want to. There is also a lot of yarn still on sale in the shop, so if you have the need to restock up on some amigurumi yarn, check out what I have there, because I want to get rid of them. They are taking up a lot of space that we currently don't really have. Polar will be the live saved for watch later. Yes, it will. I will send it to you, and I will also put it up in the Facebook group. And yes, the yarn is so pretty, and the dragon is so cute. I'm so happy that you like it. A dragon has been on my to design list for a very long time. I think maybe a year ago now, or maybe even more. I put up a poll in the Crochet with Garnknuten Facebook group where I asked what kind of amigurumis you would like me to design, and one of the suggestions was a dragon, and it got so many votes. So yeah, it has just been waiting for the right time, and I feel like now is the perfect time to be making a dragon together with you as I crochet along. Hello. It's okay. My friend is wondering if they can come inside or not. They can, of course. Okay, let's wave in this yarn end, and we have a horn. Phew! It feels like it's the worst parts now done. I think the ear will be pretty easy. And after that we have the spikes, which from my experience was a little bit tricky to get into a straight line, but we can do it. We can do it. If we have done it once, we can do it again, right? So hopefully... I'm sorry, I need to change this music. What? We are listening currently to acoustic happy moods on Epidemic Sound, because that is the royalty-free music that I can use in my videos. I would love to be able to listen to Spotify, for example, and crochet to Disney music, but unfortunately that is not possible. So we need to just use what we get. Okay. Okay. The ears are folded once and then attached in between the eye and the horn, but a little bit like not directly because that would look weird. So a little bit behind the eye. The nostrils are done in the same way. So you fold them and then you sew them onto the part of the nose that sticks out a little bit. I know that some depending on your tension, your nose might stick out more or less. If you want it to stick out more, you can put a couple of stitches through the nose and shape it with a couple of stitches. So that is a thing that you can do. Hi Sila! I'm not going to be able to assemble until later. Looks like fun, but I'm not at home. No worries, Sila. There will be a replay of this assembling. I will send it out tomorrow probably, because it's when this is over, it's way past my bedtime. So I will send it to you tomorrow. Which also exciting is my last day at work before going on vacation. I'm very excited. I'm gonna take a 2-week holiday and try not to think about work and my business. We'll see if that works. I'm very bad at taking breaks from my company, but I will try. I think it's good for my brain and mental health to have a little bit of a break, and then hopefully I have a lot of energy for the autumn, because the autumn will be crazy. I have so many fun things planned, something that I probably can tell you already right now. One of them is really in the beginning of August. We are gonna have a design contest. So I decided that this year, okay, let's start from the beginning. Last year, I designed and released and printed a physical amigurumi calendar with 12 months, as a year has, obviously, and 12 small patterns. And I want to make a new one for next year, so for 2024. And I also want to invite another designer to join me. So I will have one of the month in the calendar will not be designed by me, but by another amigurumi designer or amigurumi artist. So I'm really excited about that one, and just lending my space and my amazing community, which you are a part of, to highlight another amigurumi designer. So that is very exciting. So stay tuned if that is something that you would be interested in. There is a challenge with this contest, and that is that the page that the pattern should fit on is very limited. The space is very limited. It's about a half A4, and so yeah, and there is no space for any assembling instructions or anything. So the patterns need to be unique, but at the same time very simple. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but I like it. I think a contest needs to have some challenge. And the theme is space. And I'm really excited because last year I planned to make a space calendar, and then I asked you what theme you wanted, and you wanted forest. So I had to change my ideas. But this year, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna ask you. I'm just gonna decide that we are having a space calendar this year with 12 space themed amigurumi. So that is the first thing that happens in August. The second thing that happens in August is that the October yarn kits will come up for sale. I just did my inventory today to check how much yarn I need to order for the kits. There will be some purple yarns in that box. There will also be quite a lot of yarn because the amigurumi has quite a lot of different colors, I realized. So yeah, those will come for sale in August when I come back from the holiday. If you're wondering why I frogged this, was because I felt like it was too close to the front of the ear. So we are gonna put it a little bit back. But yeah, and then the third thing is that I will open the doors to Amigurumi Design Lab, and we will have a new class of students that start their amigurumi design journey in September, which I'm also very excited for. So there is a lot of things happening already in September. Of course, there will be a live stream again in the Happy Amigurumi Club, and the Discord will be launched in August. I'm also planning a small pattern for you as well. So yeah, there is so much exciting things going on. Dorian, I love the theme for the new calendar. Nice, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm really inspired by purple right now, which is crazy because I have hated that color for such a long time. But now it's growing on me, and I want to make a calendar with a lot of like purple, blues, and pinks, and yeah, space theme stuff. I also thought that I would add the spaceship as a freebie for the when you buy the calendar, so that you would get that as well, because that is space theme and I love that pattern as well, and thought it would be a good complement for for the pattern, for the calendar as well. I also got the comment because of the limited space in the calendar that if there is anyone wanting to design something bigger that needs a bigger space, that it could be included as a QR code to the PDF pattern. So I'm thinking about that as well to see if that would be an option. But we're just gonna start the contest, and then I'm gonna see what kind of patterns pops up. And you will all have the option to vote for what pattern is gonna be included in the amigurumi calendar, which I also think is really exciting to get everyone involved. Okay, we have an ear. I need to check the time. Oh, 20 minutes left. I think I'm pretty much on schedule. Yeah, this is better. If you also check the latest update of the pattern, I added a couple of wings. If you've crocheted along in many of my crochet alongs, or just followed me for at least 2 years, you might know from which pattern I have borrowed those wings, because they are actually another amigurumi wings, but we are borrowing them for our dragon because I thought that they would look really nice on our dragon as well. I think I'm gonna do some, and it's of course optional. You can also have a dragon without wings, in my opinion. I'm thinking about making a pair of wings, but I wonder if I should make it, because I have actually exactly this light pink, and I wonder if I should make it in pink or in this green color or in white. Oh, so many choices. Okay, we have 2 ears, 2 horns, 2 eyes, and 2 nostrils. That means that the head is done. I can't handle how freaking cute she is. Or he. It is so cute. And the fact that we don't need to sew this on, I just love it. I'm really excited about the design of this body, if you can't tell. Okay, let's figure this out. So I found it most easy to start at the end of the tail, because if you start at the head, you might at some point run out of spikes. And it's better to run out of spikes on the top of the head than down here, in my opinion. So we are gonna start from somewhere here. Depending on what yarn you have used and your tension, your spikes might be divided differently than mine. You might have 4 down here or 2 here, or otherwise, if you feel like it's too short, you can just add a couple of spikes to get it longer. If you think it's too long, you can take away a couple of spikes. So it's very versatile, and you are free to change it up so it fits your amigurumi. But yeah, last time I felt it was a little bit hard to get it in a straight line, but I think maybe somewhere here. Yeah, let's go with like this. It looks like it's more like this, but when you actually sew it on, it will be more like on the right side. So I think, fingers crossed, it will be even. This was not the... Do you also always lose your needle? I just bought new assembling needles. These are called tapestry needles, and they are meant for cross-stitch embroidery. And I like them because they are dull and they are also pretty thin. And they are pretty thin, but they still have a pretty big hole for being a thin needle. So I think they are perfect for assembling stuff. I recently saw my friend Tula's YouTube video about things she never do while she crochet. So it was a list of things she never does. One of them was actually amigurumi, which was funny because she asked me prior that, can I borrow some of your pictures to have in my video? And I was like, and she was like asking, it's a little bit negative, but yeah, in a good way. So I was like, yeah, sure, of course. And yeah, but yeah, from the point. And the other thing one thing that I remember was that she uses pointy needles when waving in the ends. And I have never heard anyone using pointy needles. And yeah, that was very interesting. Maybe it's also different because I don't know if she crochets with a lot of single crochets. So maybe if you make a shawl with, for example, double crochets, it might be easier. And a lot of wool yarn, maybe it's easier than to do, like, wave in with a pointy needle. But I feel especially when you're doing like amigurumi, it's so much easier when you are doing it with a doll needle. I feel like it's not straight, but let's just follow it. I know that I will not have the patience to do this once again after this, so we will just live with a unstraight spike line if it's not straight. But this will take a while. There's a lot of stitches. I mean, you can jump over stitches as well, but I don't know if anyone is like me and feels like you need to use up all your stitches when you are sewing and you can't jump over anything. Dorian, I store my good needles in a separate tube-shaped box and it works for me. I haven't lost one since I store them that way. Maybe that is what I need to invest in. I mean, I have this heart-shaped thingy, but I have so much inside of it. So it's so hard to find anything because I have mixed both stitch markers and pins and sewing needles. So yeah, maybe it's my system that it's wrong and not that I am just losing stuff. Okay. I've seen those actually in like wood. I don't know if you are in wood as well, Dorian. But I've seen these really pretty like tube-shaped boxes in wood. Maybe I should need to buy one of those. And I have my sewing needles in a case from Mood. Oh, don't start talking about Mood. I love their stuff. I would really like to invest in some kind of bag from them, but yeah, maybe that could be my. I mean, I'm turning 30 next year, so maybe that could be my birthday present for myself. I don't even know if you see what I'm doing, but I guess you get the point. 1 stitch from the spiky thing and 1 stitch through the body, and then check continuously if you're going straight or not. I mean, this is pretty okay, isn't it? Yeah, good enough. This is me actively working against my perfectionism side. Telling myself, it is good enough. No one will see. It's on the back side of the body. It's a Dorian. It's a clear plastic one I got from Hobby. Okay. Dorian, the mood bags are worth the investment. Yeah, I bet they are. They are gorgeous, and it looks like they are really high quality. Yes, their stuff is so gorgeous. When my partner accidentally broke my old plastic case from my needle, I had to buy one from Mood. So sad. Oh man. Yeah. I bet there might be also some pretty things on Etsy, for example. My local yarn shop might also actually have something. I need to go on a hunt. I could also see from my wholesale yarn shop in Germany if they also would have something. I actually think they might have. But then I have to buy in like at least maybe 10. So, but maybe there are people in the community wanting to buy one as well. Okay, let's Dorian, I'm going on a trip to Denmark, and the Mood store and a physical hobby store are my to visit list. I didn't know that Mood was Danish, but to be honest, that doesn't really surprise me. The aesthetic is very Danish. That's so nice. I also want to go to Denmark. I've heard that it's really pretty. My sister's been there a couple of times. Yeah, sounds like a lovely trip. Yep. Nowadays, I do not travel without also having a yarn store stop in mind. And I'm so happy when I figured out that wherever you go, mostly, you can find a yarn store. And it's so much fun to see how all the yarn stores are so different from each other, depending on where in the world you visit them. And I also like to support small local yarn stores because, as we know, they are struggling and we might not have them for long, so... Diana, I'm going to London this year. Do you have any advice from yarn stores? Yes, I have. You should go and visit Loop, the yarn store. I was in London several years ago. It might be even like 6 or 7 years ago. But I went to Loop. I also had the plan to go to another store that was quite in the center somewhere. But yeah, Loop was very nice. Highly recommend. And if you ever visit Helsinki, you should definitely go to Snurre. It is a very nice store as well. Unfortunately, they have a very limited section of cotton yarns, but they have a lot of pretty wool dyed, like hand dyed stuff, and very like high quality yarns. But yeah, if you're going to London, go to Loop. Maybe other people here in the community also have some yarn store suggestions for you. Okay, we are getting there. Ooh, and 9 minutes left. This is also why I usually don't assemble the whole amigurumi, because it would take, well, you know, you know that it's a very tedious, time-consuming work. So doing half of it is plenty in an hour. And hopefully you get started and are inspired to finish her up. This playlist was occasionally crazy. I don't know if this was better. This was a bit better. Oh no, my yarn is also ending. Hopefully it will be enough. Other patterns, if you are curious about what I'm working on, I asked you another poll recently and you were very interested about a koala bear. So that is my working project. I know I shouldn't work during my holiday, but I might actually take it with me on our holiday trip because it's really fun crochet. I really have a crochet flow right now. I'm also starting a zebra because I'm really excited to crochet stripes. As you know, I really love stripes. Anne, oh yes, I saw your progress about the koala. Forgot to say, I got so excited when I saw that it will have some cute accessories. Yes. My plan is to make a autumn koala. So it will have a raincoat and yeah, a pair of rubber boots, I think. And a yellow. It's gonna be yellow. I think yellow works so good with gray. So I'm really excited about that. So we will see. Hopefully they will be coming out later this year at some point. Oh no, that was too far, I think. Got really... I dragged out that stitch a lot. My yarn is so short, so I don't really know if I have a lot to... Yeah, maybe. This yarn is also very easy to like wave in with. It's just going so easy through the stitches. Yay! We're done! The wings, I'm still gonna figure out at some point and see, but I can't wait to see all your dragons. I'm gonna, before we end, I'm gonna go up in the chat and pick all the name suggestions and make a poll already, because otherwise I might forget to do it, so it's just best to do it right now. Because we have still a couple of minutes left. And remember to publish your finished dragons in the Facebook group. I'm so excited to see how your versions will turn up. I know how this yarn looks like now, so I'm really excited to see them in all other colors as well. I would love to make a purple one and a pink one, but if you know me, I'm very or I get quickly tired from a amigurumi, so I don't know if I will have patience to make a second or third one, but maybe sometime in the future, or as I hope, some of you will make it in purple and in pink, and I can enjoy your beautiful makes as well. So I think this was all the name. Emerald Dawn, Daisy Doe. Let me know if I missed any. Dorian, pictures will follow tomorrow. It's too dark now, but almost done with assembly. No worries. Yeah, save it for the good. Save it for the good, pretty light. No stress. No stress. I will probably go and take a peek during the weekend as well, if there pops up any dragons. Otherwise, I will check them out in August, in the beginning of August. Jade, yes. Thank you, Anne. Nice. Now I have all the names. I will do a poll directly after this live stream, so you can go there and vote for your favorite name for him and her. But otherwise, these I will wave in sometime. You can ask me by Christmas if I did it or not. Keep me accountable, please. It might be just leaving here, and I'm just gonna pretend that there aren't any yarns behind him. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. Bless you. I will see you around on Facebook, and yeah, have a really nice rest of the summer. I'm gonna have a really calming vacation, hopefully. But yeah, I'll see you around, and have a really nice rest of the week. Bye!